Good evening, dear friends. Hope you're all doing wonderful. Today we have the 51st day of the Daily Mitzvah and continuing our journey through the cycle of the Jewish year. We spoke a lot about Shabbos. We spoke about Yom Kippur yesterday. Today we start talking about the Jewish holidays, beginning with Pesach, Passover. First mitzvah for today is the positive mitzvah that we should rest from doing any work on the first day of Pesach. So the first day of the 7-day holiday of Pesach is a Yom Tov. The first day and the seventh day are the holidays, and the days in between are called intermediate days. So the first day, and by the way, in the diaspora, we add a second day. That's for a different time to go through that. But we observe 2 days of the Yom Tov, of the first days of Pesach. So we have 2 Seders. But in Israel, in Eretz Yisrael, there's only 1 day, which is what it is biblically. Okay, so getting back to the idea. First day of Pesach, there's a mitzvah, positive mitzvah to rest, as the pasuk says, "Uvayom harishayin mikra kodesh." And on the first day, you shall call it holy. What does that mean, call it holy? Says the Rambam, whenever the Torah tells us, call the day holy, it means you should make the day holy. Sanctify it. What does it mean to sanctify it? It means don't do any work on that holiday, just like you don't do any work on Shabbos. Exact same criteria. The only difference is that Rambam says is when it comes to food prep on Yom Tov is allowed. Okay. And as the Rambam says, that the verse itself says this. And the Rambam says that our sages tell us that this idea of not doing any work on Yom Tov is both a positive commandment, that there's a mitzvah to rest, and it's also a negative commandment, a prohibition, and you shall not do any work. So the Rambam says that when it comes around the Yom Tov, and today we're learning about Pesach, and you don't do work on the first day of Pesach, you're keeping 2 mitzvahs, 2 birds with 1 stone. You're both keeping the mitzvah to rest, and you're also keeping the mitzvah to not do any work. All right, and that is mitzvah number 1. The next mitzvah for today is the prohibition, which is the inverse of what we just learned. That there's a prohibition to do work on the first day of Pesach, as the Torah says, "Kol melacha lo ya'asav ahem," no work shall be done within this day. Okay, so the first 2 mitzvahs are really the exact same thing, just in the positive form and the negative form. Okay, next mitzvah for today. Exact same gig, exact same deal. Now we're just going to be talking about that regarding the last day of Pesach, the 7th day of Pesach. So this mitzvah is the mitzvah that we are commanded to rest on the 7th day of Pesach. As the Torah says, and on the 7th day, call it holy. And the 4th mitzvah is the inverse of that mitzvah, the prohibition, that you shall not do any work on that 7th day of Pesach. As the pasuk says, don't do any work upon this day. Meaning both the first day and the 7th day. And dear friends, that is our mitzvahs for today. 4 mitzvahs telling us all to observe the holiday of Pesach. See you all very soon for our next daily mitzvah. Sei gesund.